Stop wasting your time setting up a new project over and over again.
Dialing in the same settings, opening up the same plugins. That's just wasted time out of the window. Instead, you could just use a template that looks similar to this one. Right now, I'm going to show you how to set up your personal template so you're able to save some time, be more efficient, and have your own special sound in every track from the get-go. Watch the video to the end to get some tips for your composers out there, and let's just get straight into FL Studio now. We are going from this to this. As you can already see, we got all the windows nicely assigned. We got our channel rack right here. The mixer is on the bottom left, and we got all the different elements that make up a track right here assigned to the mixer. We also got an FX bus, a drum bus, an instrument bus, and a vocal bus. And a few of these mixer channels already got effect settings dialed in. For example, EQ on this lead with a basic high pass at 500 Hz. We also got plugins, in my case, Contact, Massive X for the bass. So as you can already tell, this template is really helping me to get started straight away, saving a lot of time. I can just go onto the key and I can straight away start with composing a melody, for example. What I did as well is I colored everything. I can easily see on what kind of element I'm working on currently. What's really handy as well is that I colored everything, so I always know what I'm working on. And each and every time I open up FL Studio, I'm presented with this project file right here. I changed my default template to my personal one. Alright, let's reverse everything and start from scratch. First, I like to start with loading in some plugins that I always use. 2 instances of Vital and Contact should be alright, as those two are currently my main ones I'm working with. Another really helpful thing we can do is organizing our filter groups. We can right click on this button right here, add a filter group, and call it drums. If we left click, we can see our filter groups. Now you can create your drum loops in this drum section. Being organized is always a really good thing to do. We go back to unsorted, right click, rename, instrument. Now we have 2 sections, drum section and an instrument section. And just as an example, I'm loading in some drums right here. You might be the kind of producer that uses the same set of drums over and over again. Personally, I don't like to create tracks that way. Production just goes however you want to do it. No rules. We can shift, left click, tap on it to rename, snare, head, rim. What we can do now is assign them to their specific mixer track. On this little window right here, we can just scroll up or down to assign them to a new mixer channel. We give each and every drum the color red and name them. Here again, shift, left click, so you can save your time. This shortcut is really helpful. You don't need to right click and then rename. You can just shift, left click, head, rim. We take one channel, call it drum bus. If you don't know what a drum bus is used for and you want to get a deeper understanding of mixing in general, you should check out this video. I'll be linking it in the end card, or you can just click on the eye on the top right corner. We'll give the drum bus the red color. We're going to right click and down here, dock to right. The drum bus is separated from the normal mixer channels. It's always located on the right side. You see? Now we are disabling every track from the master and route them to the drum bus. Another extra you can do is shift, left click on the right side of this box to give specific elements a specific picture. The snare, for example, could be represented with this snare drum picture. And now you can simply see that it's a snare drum. The same right here, shift, left click, click on a small triangle and give the snare a snare image. Cool little feature. Next, I want to color the channel rack instruments red as well, so we can easily separate them if we go to the All tab. Here you can see instruments are gray, drums are red. Now we go to the Instrument tab and assign each and every instrument. As I'm constantly switching between plugins, I can't assign a specific instrument to them, as they are capable of simulating keys, leads, bass, etc. So I'm just going to assign them to their channels and call the channel how the plugin is called. As we did with the instrument bus, dock it to the right and assign each and every mixer channel to the drum channel. Next, we are setting up a vocal chain. Vocal, backings, ad libs. Give it a blue color. If you want to assign the color that's last used, just click on this 0 right there. Create a vocal bus, dock it to the right side, undock everything from the master and assign them to the vocal bus. To be consistent and have a similar sound, you might have the same vocal chain. You can just load in your plugins and have the settings be the same on each and every track you're working on. The last thing I would do for my personal style is an effects channel, a fader channel, a riser channel, a short crash, and a long crash. Alright, now we have a fairly basic setup. What could we do next? I like to use an EQ with a high cut to get rid of unwanted frequencies in the lower spectrum on all of my instruments. I'm just being super rough right here as I'm changing it up in a mixing process. We can go to the master and apply a soft clipper. The soft clipper is there to stop loud frequencies from clipping. This is really handy and a must-have on a master channel. Another really helpful tool could be a sampler, like Edison for example, as it's really helpful to record your own stuff, slice it, chop it, and load it into your playlist to save some memory and be a little bit more easy on the CPU when you're getting to the mixing process. Loading in all of these different plugins could be quite heavy for your hardware. Another really helpful thing to do is to customize your playlist. Yet again, we have to shift left click. Here I want to give each and every track a specific purpose. Track number 1 going to be the kick. We give it the same color as before. Track number 2 going to be a head. Track number 3 going to be the place for our snare. Track number 4 for the rim. 5 vital, 6 vital, 7 contact, 8 contact, 9 vocal, 10 backings, 11 is ad-libs. On our vocal tracks we can do one really handy thing. We can right click, go to track mode, audio track, vocal. Right here we can easily click on this recording button. As it turns red, you can visually see that you're recording on the vocal track right now, and it's automatically dialed into the playlist. And down here I want to have sections for FX, riser, fader, crash short, crash long, and a few tracks for automation clips. Alright, there's one little thing we can do at the end. This is especially helpful for you compositors out there. Press F4 to create a new pattern, call it kick. We just assign a pattern to each and every track, making it easier for us to arrange the whole composition later. Head, snare, 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 vital, rim, ime, vital, contact, contact. Alright, that should be it. You could create pattern for everything we made here, but the most important ones are just the instruments and the drums. Having our patterns already set up is a really handy thing. Okay, now we are done. The last thing we need to do is click on File, Save As, call it whatever you want, save it. And now we want to set it up that this project file is our default template. So each and every time FL Studio opens up, our personal template is opening up as well. Therefore, we need to head over to our file directory. Click on the browser panel, open. This is opening up our file directory. We need to go to FL Studio, Projects, search for our project, Bamboo template, copy it, click on Projects again, go to Templates, paste it in here. Now that we've done that, we can close the tab, go to File, New from Template, change default template. Settings are showing up. We scroll down, we click on Default Template and select our newly created custom template. Now we can close the project, open FL. And there we have our own personal project, opening up each time we load into a new session of FL. I hope you've learned something new. Leave me some feedback in the comments below, and I would be happy to see you in another video. Check out my other stuff right here and interact with the channel a bit. I want to grow this baby to reach a lot of people in the internet. So yeah, that's it. See you.
Have a nice day, guys. Ciao, ciao. Check out my courses. Link in the description below.